Savitri Silks, Chenita Vastrala Adbhuta Prapancham, Sampradayam style, okay chota.
We also got stressed. I mean, that news when you have come out with, when I came to know you were suffering from the cancer, and which is now, I mean, when we heard, we become like, oh, what happened this to this girl? She was so fit, she was doing everything.
Yeah.
And you were a pillar for your family, and
Yeah.
suddenly after you taken care, make them said, okay, they are healthy.
Yeah.
This news broke.
Yeah,
How
so
it was like-
it was the month of July, and I got them home. They were in the hospital recovering for almost 25 days to a
Yeah.
month. They all got home, and I settled them at home. And then I decided to sign a movie and start off with a project.
Yeah.
And I came to Hyderabad, started shooting, and that's when I was diagnosed. Yeah.
Oh, you
And
got symptom, or like you just went for
there are no symptoms. I did a self test.
Okay, you
And
did a self
I
test
did
for
a
yourself.
self-test.
That's it.
Yes, I did a self test and I found out, and I got the mammograms done immediately, and yes, it was confirmed that I was diagnosed with grade 3 carcinoma.
I mean, this self-test, I think somewhere this awareness, I think you people are like,
Yeah.
you've gone through so much. I mean, the pain you can only
No, that awareness
understand.
is
I
not,
think
unfortunately, not there, and
we are missing that, and that's very
Yes.
common. I think it's not like we go for a blood test, we go for a
no,
normal
and
test. Yeah.
I had a very fit and a very active lifestyle, and I have always taken care of what I eat, what I drink. Everything was spot on. In fact, I had gotten my medical tests because of COVID done constantly. Everything was normal. If I wouldn't have felt the lump, I wouldn't have known.
So, how you
yeah.
taken this, and how was your journey? I wanted to know, because there are people who are getting.
No, it
into
is a
this.
very dark. It's
I mean,
a very
I don't
dark.
see that dark face being today what you are, full of. I mean, I can see on your face.
Yeah, yeah.
That I wanted, like, how we can overcome this, and
No, it's a very dark time for
Yes.
anyone to go through this, and it's also puts you through a sort of a rough patch where you have to come out of it, and you just have to face your challenges and just go with it and say that, okay, this has happened to me. Just look at it logically and go on to the next phase and say, okay, I'm going to deal with this. This is happening. Okay, let's go on, move on, deal with it, come out stronger. And when you don't have a choice, you just have to be strong.
No, but you were not hiding it. I've seen. I'm a
No,
follower of you.
no.
I follow
decided-
your all updates.
Yes.
You were just coming out, giving all the updates. This has happened. Now I'm well. I know you were just giving all the updates to your fans. So
No, I wasn't that active or anything, but I decided to. I was diagnosed in July. I came out in the media in December. So by then, I was done with 2 surgeries. I was done with 8 cycles of chemos and 8 more to go. So yeah, so I actually came out in December, and that's when I decided that by then I had researched so much about breast cancer and hereditary breast cancer, that I wanted to get that knowledge and awareness out there. I wanted to put it out there, and because of which I also then launched my foundation, which is Yamini Cancer Foundation, in the memory of my mother.
Okay.
So it's called Yamini Cancer Foundation.
Good.
And that is basically, we want to achieve 3 things. One is awareness, the second is diagnostics, and the third is support.
So how you doing it? Like and the centers are like spread everywhere. How you
So
working
we are
on this? I want
we are planning on starting off with our diagnostic centers across India, and which will be cancer specific, and which will be for all types of cancer. And we want to basically educate and spread the awareness for self tests for women. And want the government to kind of give free medical checkups and things like that, the camps, and also at schools, for kids to know, because this is something that is not taught in school. It needs to be.
Yes.
There are a lot of myths around breast cancer, that it will, you can start doing your mammograms after 45,
Yes,
50.
I was to come to that point. 40s they say.
Things like that.
Yes.
I was 36, So there are a lot of myths which need to be tackled. And when I was going through the treatment, I realized that there are girls younger than me
Yes.
going through the treatment.
Yes.
So there, a self-test is as simple as that, which is what
So
I
think
did,
from
and
which
which is
age
what
you
I
think
found.
a girl should start now? As you research, what advice you will give? Like
I would say from the 20s, and if there is a history,
okay,
from 20s, if there is a family history. If not, then maybe 30s.
13. I think
30.
30.
Yeah.
They should start, and every month that test should be.
It's not required every month. It's an annual mammogram. You get a mammogram. Okay, self-test, yeah, maybe you can do once a month. Yeah.
So before that, you were not much aware. Like once you just get
No,
into
I was
the,
not.
It was a
not.
normal life.
I mean,
you know.
I think of myself to be a very well-read and a very self-aware person, you know,
About
who reads
yourself.
about it, things. But even then, that kind of awareness was not there in, I would say, is not there in India, and because of which, it puts me in kind of a dilemma that you know, if that's the case with me, imagine the 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 common
Exactly.
women, Indian women out there. You know, we need to spread that awareness, and that needs to be there.
You had your treatment in India, or
I had my treatment in India. I had the option of going to America and doing it.
mostly we are seeing like people
Yes,
go out. That I
yes,
think we
but,
should somewhere. We have the technology.
No, frankly,
yeah.
I have also considered. I also considered that, and I also had a medical oncologist from America, from Texas Oncology, who was I was consulting. I realized that the medical, you know, fraternity in India is just fabulous. The doctors are
great.
just fabulous. As far as oncology is concerned, it's top grade. And I was very comfortable. I did it in Mumbai and Pune. Some of my surgeries happened in Pune, some in Mumbai, and my chemotherapy and the rest of the treatment happened in Mumbai at one of the hospitals there. So it was a, I would say I was amazed with the experience. I had a fabulous support system.
A person go through with this pain, you need one strength. Obviously, one is your family.
Yeah.
What inner strength was with you? Because one needed. I think there were so many women out there who must be listening to you, and they will get connected to you. Everybody has their own.
So the inner strength actually came from all these women, men and women, not just women, I would say, men and women who actually got in touch with me when my news broke out, right?
Yes.
When the news came out in the media, and I was it was amazing to see the kind of support and love poured in from everywhere. That's when I realized that I'm not alone, and that there are so many
Yes.
around me who are suffering and going through the same pain, you know. And the strength kind of comes to you when you realize that, okay, you want to be not a role model or something, but somebody who inspires them, because they are looking up to you. You know, they're watching you. They want to see a strong person. They don't want to see weakness, because I don't think we have the space for weakness anywhere. So, yeah. So I decided to kind of be strong and show that side of me.
But when you're a happy woman and a live soul, suddenly this news come to you. What was that? How you take it that time? Because mostly we broke out, especially of dad. He was on a stage where he was recovering. Your family.
So you have to understand one thing about my family.
Very important.
You have to understand one thing about my family. We probably that's where I get it from.
Yes.
They are somebody who are full of empathy. There is no time and space for sympathy. Okay.
What a life.
So we are like, okay, this has happened. Everybody in my family was like, let's do this. We are together. Let's just go ahead.
You were alone when this news came to you?
No, of course not. No, but I did not inform anybody in the family till my first surgery was done.
Oh.
Because a lot of reports and everything had to come, and I wanted to know what stage and everything I am. Afterwards, I disclosed. Prior to my chemotherapy, I disclosed. So my dad didn't know till my
first surgery you were alone.
No,
That's love you there.
Yeah, but I also have like fabulous friends and support system, because of which it was possible.
Because mostly we get scared of doing things alone.
Yes,
but I love this line. Your first surgery you did alone.
Yeah, I did it. I wouldn't call alone, but yes,
still.
my family was not knowing about it, and my doctors told me that, you know, if you don't require chemotherapy, you don't need to tell them.
Wow.
But yes, I needed chemotherapy and got to know about it after the first surgery was done.